This seems nice and warm and people are enjoying a bit of the sun today. I think this is an omen that you're here in February and we're talking about the waterfront level. So yes, I'm worried this year because it doesn't seem to be changing.
Lakes Superior, Lakes Michigan, Huron, and Lake Erie are all starting off February at the highest level we've seen on February the 1st. We're primed for maybe some problems down the road. And so if we get a bigger snowpack, more than the typical rains we see in the springtime, it could cause some problems.
If the Ottawa River floods again, like it did in 2017 and 2019, outflows from Lake Ontario will have to be limited in order to balance those upstream and downstream risks.
In the springtime, this could get worse. So certainly everybody who's on the system should be on guard.
Here are the numbers across the Great Lakes system. All of that water eventually ends up in Lake Ontario. And once it's in there, it is at the only regulation point in the system controlling the water going out.
We're coming off of a very wet year, and then we came to January where in the northern half of the basin it was kind of average. Places in southern Ontario saw maybe 1 or even 2 times the amount of average precipitation. So that's where we're starting with.
So to avoid it, what do we need?
It will certainly help if we have drier weather, as well as maybe a little bit colder.
In the floods of 2017, Toronto Island Park was closed for 3 months, and the waterfront area is devastated. That cost the city at least $8 million. We had high water levels again last year in 2019. And this year, the high water levels posing a risk as well. But it's not just the water levels. If you take a look, there's virtually no ice out on the Great Lakes, and that is causing some problems again this year.
10, 20, 30 meters, that's going to block some of that wave energy that's coming. So far this year, there's hardly any ice on any of the shorelines, and those waves are just going to keep hitting the shore and hitting a lot of the sand and doing a lot of erosion.
While water levels on the Great Lakes go through cycles of highs and lows, it's important to note that those last several decades typically, and up until 2013, we were in a low period. So now we're on the upswing, and it looks like that could last for several years. In Toronto, Adam Stiles, City News.